Hi everybody, we are continuing today to study our John James Audubon birds. I hope you guys enjoyed painting the robin this week. I'm looking forward to seeing your art. Today we're going to do a northern cardinal because it's a bird that we see here in Virginia very frequently. And so I've pulled up a little picture on my phone right here, just a drawing. And I want you to practice on scratch paper before doing it in your art notebook. So I'm just going to set my little cardinal picture right here, and I'm going to show you how to do one. It's actually one of the easiest birds, I think, to draw, and it's made with 3 teardrops. So you all know what the shape of a teardrop is, or a leaf. So we're going to draw our first teardrop sort of sideways, starting with the point right down here. And we're just going to make a big teardrop right there, sort of sideways. The second teardrop, you start with the point right above here, go down and land on the other teardrop right like that. And the third teardrop, you start at the point here, go up, make a teardrop, and go like that. And that's the basic shape of your cardinal. You're going to sort of connect the neck and the body, the head and the body right there, and then you can erase your little line right in the middle because you don't need that anymore. It was just sort of a guideline. So again, like before, draw sort of lightly. You can connect him there too. The next thing you're going to draw is his tail. Nice and easy, just a straight line, little swirl here, and back up. Line, line. He has little feet, little legs. So 1 little leg, 2 little legs. And 4 toes. 1 toe, 2, 3, 4. Same over here. 4 toes. Nice and easy. You can put some feathers right here, 3 right there. Another row of feathers if you want. Maybe 1 more. The beak goes right here. Little point. Underneath. Line. Nice and simple. The last thing to do is his mask. Cardinal, red cardinal has this really cool mask. So you just do a little thing here, come around, and put his eye right there in the corner of his mask. All right, so that's how you do it. Practice your teardrop on paper, 1 big teardrop and 1 smaller one, etc. Practice, then go to your art notebook. I've already drawn my little cardinal here in my art notebook. Today I want you to get a ruler or a book or something, and I want you to draw a line sideways in your art notebook right here, because we're going to do a bird today on the top. We're going to do another bird later this week on the bottom half. So go ahead and just draw a line right down the middle of your page with the spine on the left-hand side. Okay, ruler out of the way, pencil, don't need my pencil anymore. I'm going to show you the 2 paint brushes you can choose from. This is a rounded sort of a nib tip here. I like that one for big spaces. This is the kind that we've been using all year long. It's sort of a flatter brush, and it's good too because you can turn it on its side and get thin lines. All right, but let's get started. You might have watercolors like this at home, Crayola, they're totally fine. Or you might have the larger set that I told you about that was $3.50 at Michael's. Either one will work. Today I think I'm going to use the bigger set. I used this last week. So again, I want to emphasize the fact that you need to use your lid as a little place to mix your paint. So I'm going to start out getting some water, just clean water. I have a paper towel here handy. And I'm going to put some water on my bird because I'm going to get ready to paint my bird right now. And I'm going to start out with his wing. I'm going to get some water on the wing. And I want to teach you about another little technique today with watercolor. We're doing wet on wet, just like we have been before. But this technique is called an underwash. And I'm going to go over to the gray paint right here. And I'm going to make a little puddle of gray for myself to use now that I put some water on my picture. So I'm going to make a little puddle of nice thin gray. And I'm going to do what's called an underwash on his wing, just with this gray. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is going to be a red wing, just like the rest of his body, but I want it to be a little bit darker red. And so I'm going to give him an underwash right here on this wing, and also a little bit right here on his tail, sort of the underneath side, so that when I go back with red on top, I'll actually have a little bit of darker red in some places than others because of this underwash. It's kind of a little bit of a trick. So you can see I went on his wing, and now I went on the under part of his belly where there might be a little shadow. And I see a little bit of a shadow. I'm looking here at my phone, this picture, and I'm going to send you all this picture. You can see there's some darker places right there and right on his tail. Here's a real cardinal. You can see he has the same kind of stuff. Shadow on the bottom. The feathers in the tail are a little darker, maybe even a little bit darker up here. All right, so now that I have that underwash in a few places, I'm going to rinse my brush and I'm going to get some red. I'm going to make a nice puddle of red over here. And this isn't really a very dark red, so I'm going to pull a little bit of black into it. Ooh, that was a lot of black. And I'm going to try and get a nice deep red if I can. Oh, that's looking good. I'm going to test it here on my paper towel. Nah, kind of brown. So I'm glad I didn't put that on my picture. I'm getting there. All right, need some water. You can see that I'm mixing my paint right here. There we go, much better. Right here on my lid. I'm going to add a touch of orange just to brighten it up a little bit. Because again, I'm looking at my reference picture right here on the phone. All right, I just got cardinal red. Can you see that? So I mixed it right here in the lid of my paint container. I'm going to add some water to thin it out. And now I have some red to paint my cardinal. I'm going to keep my reference picture right here handy. I'm going to add some paint. I'll probably have to make some more before this picture is finished, but I'm going to start right there. Okay, and you can sort of see where I was before with the underwash. It was definitely a little bit darker now than where I'm going on the bird over here. So it helped to have a little background for this red. I can tell this painting's going to take a couple of coats of red to get him to really look as vibrant as he is in this picture. His little mask isn't going to be very hard at all. There's no coloring there. It just goes straight black. So the first thing I'm going to do with him is give him a little eye. Give him a little circle there. And always make sure with your eye that you leave a little spot of white so that you can tell that it's his eye. And since his mask is black and his eye is black, I'm going to have to go around it and sort of leave a little space around his eye that's white. So be real careful when you're going around his eye, painting his mask. Isn't this fun? I love a cardinal, and I love seeing them in my backyard. They're so pretty, and they're so unique. You can always spot a cardinal. All right, here's his little mask. Cool. While I have my black, I'm going to go ahead and feather some in here with the red for his feathers to get that a little bit darker. I'm going to rinse that out, wipe my brush, and I'm going to backwash that just a little bit. Remember how we use our brush like it's a sponge? I'm going to take some of that off. When that dries and I go back over with my red, it's going to be really pretty. Okay, so you can see this is the beginning. I'm getting texts here. This is the beginning of my cardinal. I'm just going to keep going, painting and having fun this afternoon. I hope you'll enjoy painting your cardinal as well. Send me a picture when you're finished. Happy painting.